Welcome, fam. Welcome, 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 welcome. First time going live. Just one moment. Just one moment. First time going live on YouTube. First time going live on YouTube, fam. Welcome, 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 fam. Welcome, YouTube. Let me see. We are starting in a few minutes. Today we are going to talk about Tartaria, the civilization hidden from main public, from all of us. Today, I want to explain the research I have done, the road that I went through just to get the knowledge because it was hidden from us. It was tucked away, in a manner that it's almost impossible to get to it. But we will dive in all of it in the live stream of today. Welcome, fam. Welcome. Let me turn on the Facebook live stream. Just one moment, fam. Let me turn on the Facebook live stream. Yeah, so we are going to dive into this book, this one, the Tartaria book. We are going to read a few pages and let's unlock hidden knowledge, fam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's time to unlock hidden knowledge, fam. It's time to unlock hidden knowledge. In the live stream of today, we are going to talk about what has been hidden from us. We are going to read a little bit out of this book because it's the last day that you can purchase the hardcover book. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, dive into the pages. We're going to dive into the pages, into the images, the pictures, the explanations, as we can see, because there is a lot being spoken about the garbage patch, sunken windows. What really happened, fam? You see, as you can see, pictures everywhere. The tube, the tunnel systems, because a lot of us think that the metro systems that we have right now, they are new, but they are not new, family. They are ancient. Matter of fact, we didn't even create it 5% of all the subway systems that are now out there. In the live stream of today, in the lecture of today, we are going to dive into one, the hidden civilization that is called Tartaria, because why did no one spoke about it? Why didn't they tell us about it? Why didn't they teach us in schools about those cathedrals, about those tunnel systems, about those star forts, about the garbage patch, but the cymatic patterns that we are being confronted by everywhere? Because how many of you ever seen cymatic patterns in cathedral, in the windows? Back then, the houses, they used to have those patterns automatically in them. If you only knew what those patterns do, is healing, regeneration on a total new level. So we are going to talk about this. And of course, we are going to dive into the chapter of the giants. Let me show you, because we have pictures. We have real life pictures of the giants. Because it's not a myth. It's not a myth, fam. They were literally here. We are going to dive into the maps, because the maps, They tell the truth. The maps, they are what you need to dive into to know exactly what really happened. Because the countries' names, all of them got replaced by the new names after 1800s. What a lot of people don't know is that in the 1900s, all the old maps, let me show you a few maps, all the old maps, like this one, let me show you, mentioning Tartaria, forbidden. All of them got forbidden. So we are going to dive in the first part of the lecture. We are going to dive into what was hidden from us and what we need to know right now. We are going to dive into questions and answers, and then I would let you know where you can get this book. Do not forget the special limited version hardcover linen. Today is the last day that it is available. The high vibrational purple linen cover. This version, today is the last day. After today, you will be able to get the paperback. The paperback is bigger, but it contained a little bit less knowledge. Welcome, fam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we start, let me know where you're watching from. And can you hear me? Because it's important to know. Can you hear me, fam? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, Chris, welcome, Chris, welcome. Chris on YouTube, thank you for being in the live stream. Facebook, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me on Facebook. Hey, Flint, Michigan. Welcome, Chris. You know, Michigan has a lot of those cathedrals, a lot of those ancient Tartarian buildings. I'm just waiting for Facebook to see if everyone can hear me before I continue. Let me know if you can hear me, fam. Let me know if you can hear me before we continue. Today we are talking about Tartaria, the ancient civilization erased from history. This Tartaria is has changed my reality, has changed how I look at reality, has changed how I look at suppression, because when I thought that it was the black people that was in slavery, no, 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 forget it. It was not only black, white, Chinese, India, Mongol, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Everyone was undergoing one of another kind of reprogramming, brainwashing. While there was allegedly a slavery going on, mental asylums were trending. Am I right? Yes or no, fam? For those that are old enough, do you remember 30 years ago how many mental asylums there were? Insane asylums. How many insane asylums? Too much. Too many of them. So, in the same period that colonization happened, and this book, after you read this book, you will not believe in slavery anymore. This book also debunks All of it. All of it. So what is happening? Everyone on earth underwent a program of implementation of the term that calls amnesia. No one knows what happened pre-1800, pre-1700, and there are a few people amongst us that can say, hey, I know what happened in the 1700s. I have bloodline family dating back to 1200, 1100. 99% of the chance that it's a lie, and the 1% that is true is because their family were involved in the rewriting of the history, of the new history. So their bloodline got a very nice spot in history. But again, when you go through it, you will know it. Before we start, anyone a question? I'm seeing Chris asking. My biggest question is, where are we? I have a sneaky feeling we are in hell and don't know it. We will get to this very soon, Chris. We will get to this very soon. Because when you go into one of those maps mentioned in the book, you will also see mentioned land of Jesus, land of Yeezy, a lot of the times. And this connects with the millennium reign, the Christ reign. But fam, there is a lot of good stuff that you need to know. A lot of good stuff that you need to know. Everyone, welcome. Welcome to the lecture on Tartaria, the erased civilization. Everyone, the confusion is real. The confusion is everywhere. The confusion is around the world. We, humanity, right now, you see, humanity is acting like chickens without head. We keep spinning around, losing energy, losing faith, losing life. This is what humanity is right now, fam. We don't know because our history is erased. To give you an example, I have a question. I have a question for all of you watching. Very, very simple question. Let's start with the lecture. I have a very simple question for all of you. How many of you have seen windows peeking above the ground? Did you see windows peeking above the ground? Did you see windows peeking above the ground? Let me know in the comment section before we continue. Windows peeking above the ground. I remember growing up and seeing those windows peeking above the ground everywhere, but never know what they were. But I always had one question, and one question only. Who were the architects that built windows peeking above the ground? I like it. Chris on YouTube is saying, yes, all over Michigan, have window on the concrete. You see, Chris, when you said you were from Michigan, I immediately said it's ancient Tartaria. I think there is also a corn palace, a Moorish, ancient Moorish corn palace in Flint, Michigan. But you need to double check this. So how many of you have seen windows peeking above the ground? Let me show you. There are a lot of pictures. Let me show you. Like this, windows peeking above the ground. It can be all kinds of designs, arches, bows, it doesn't matter. Arches, bows, um, all kinds of systems and ways and designs. Question number one, let me know in the chat. Did you see windows peeking above the ground? Let me know if you have ever seen windows peeking above the ground. Before we continue, Chris is sharp. Chris said yes. All over Michigan. What is happening, fam? Those windows peeking above the ground, you need to ask yourself, you as an architect, thank you for the like. You as an architect, and you, all of you on Facebook, architects, designers, would you or you design a building with windows peeking above the ground? Because realize the only view that the people have is watching watching foot, the feet, the shoes. Natari, another sharp person. Chicago has windows above the ground. You see what I'm saying? Chicago, indeed. Chicago has a lot of ancient Tartarian buildings. So, from all the people watching, is it only 2 people that have seen windows peeking above the ground? But what if I tell you, fam, that when they went to excavate, they discovered entire apartments stretching beneath the ground. Look at this. Entire building, apartments, levels stretching up beneath the ground, going layers and layers. If you look at the windows are bigger sometimes than this whole upper part. Giant windows, giant doors. Do you see? And they are still excavating, as we can see. Look at the excavator. They're still excavating. Are you still doubting that there is something going, that everything is perfect, or there is something going on? Because the proof is in the pudding, fam. There are pictures. You are from Chicago. Start doing some research. Michigan, start doing some research. Because, like mentioned in the book, Chicago, Michigan, all over the world, one thing we have in common are those windows peeking above the ground. Again, if we go a total different country, we will see when they excavate, again, we find more windows, more levels. This can't be a coincidence. This can't be a coincidence, fam. And there are more. Let's go to San Francisco. Let me show you. Because for those that have visited San Francisco, do you realize that most of those buildings that you see were like this, covered in mud? Look at this. Covered in mud. From Europe to Americas to Africa to Caribbean, South America, United States, Australia, doesn't matter. All of us have the same thing in common. Windows peeking above the ground, buried buildings. Mud flood, fam. Mud flood. So what is actually happening? That's the big question. That's the big question. Before we continue, anyone a question? I believe the whole book of the Bible has been fulfilled. The stars already fell to the earth. That's a good observation. This is why right now we researchers, um, there is something that is bothering all of us, and that's the Christ reign, the 1,000 years missing. Where did 1,000 years go? Why do most of the buildings, if you look at the number 1, 1902, 1564, the one, it's always deformed. A lot of the ancient buildings, you will even see J. While they say the letter J isn't ancient, but you can obviously see the letter J. So this is right what the researchers are now struggling with. Because was Tartaria a part of the Christ reign? And my research right now with all those churches, cathedrals, basilicums, it might, if you ask me, they were portals. They were like the central stations of right now. Right now we have central stations, we have subways, we have metro stations, tram stations. The central stations of back then, I think they were the cathedrals, they were portals. A matter of fact, everything is pointing towards it. If you look from the upper view, all of them look like keys. They are keys. If you look at the giant doors, they are keys. You will see keys all over them. One common theme that they have is keys. So what is happening? And then we have the bells. We have the bells family. Because where did all the bells go? Where did all the bells go, fam? As we can see, they are at the Bell Cemetery. They are at the Bell Cemetery, fam. This goes deep. This goes way deeper than you think. Anyone, do you know what the bells did? You watching right now on YouTube, do you know what the bells used to do? Facebook, what did the bells do? That's the question. Let me know in the chat. One moment. I will get back, okay? Chris is very sharp. Heal. Okay, one moment. Let me just grab something. Let me see. I grabbed my crystal transparent tuning fork. Crystal transparent tuning fork. What did these things used to do? That's the big questions. It's just like the bells. But the difference between a tuning fork and a bell is the tuning fork is more direct. You hit it, it vibrates through your hands, align, synchronize yourself with the etheric field. With it harmonizes you with Earth's energy field, the grid of Earth, the tuning fork. This one is only available on tartariaempire.com. It's a very unique one, very limited version, and I love it. So we have the tuning fork. I will sound the tuning fork very soon. We are now in the chapter of the bells. Let me grab a bell. Let me see, where are the bells? Somewhere over here. I have a ton of books, fam. I have too much books. Let me see the bells. Shit, man. I don't know where the bell is, but I will get to it very soon. Okay, 1A is saying heal. Before we sound the crystal transparent tuning fork, let's first read in the book to see what they were doing. What are they? Why did they remove all the bells? Do you see the bells are at the cemetery? You know why I love this book? Because it has the pictures of all of it. You see pictures everywhere. Because you don't need to believe. You don't need to believe. There are pictures, there are locations. But let's jump into the bells, because why did they remove it? And a fun fact about the bells, tuning forks, did you know that exorcism, they use bells to chase away demons? Did you know this, fam? Did you know that during the exorcism, they use bells? But didn't you notice that in churches, the Pope, pastors, I don't know, but popes, they always use bells to bless, to chase demons away. But a less fun fact is that, did you know that in Muslim religion, bells, tuning forks are forbidden? So if you are a Muslim, this knowledge is forbidden for you. You guys are not allowed to listen to the sound of bells or tuning forks. If you go do research on Muhammad, you will learn that Muhammad hated bells. Hated bells. He didn't like bells. So this is for me very contradicting. And this is, you see, how again we come into divide and conquer. Because the one uses bells to chase away demons, the other one doesn't like bells, hate bells. What does this want? What kind of message does this send abroad? Right? They are demons. This is the message. So we see how deep it goes, but let's read. Because there is a reason that 20 years ago, the bells stopped ringing. Before we understand it, we need to know what the bells were meant for. What were the effects of the bells? Let's read page 235 of 443 for everyone that have the book. Page 235 of 443. The bells of Tartaria, the lost signs of frequency, healing, and vibration. Again, the pictures. The mystery of Tartarian bells extend far beyond their function as mere instruments of sound. These bells were powerful vibrational tools, strategically placed across Tartarian cities to harmonize energy fields, promote healing, and even generate free energy. Unlike the modern perception of bells being used only in churches or clock towers, Tartarian bells appear to have played a much deeper role in the vibrational and energetic health of civilizations. This chapter will unveil the true function of Tartarian bells, their advanced metallurgy, their connection to the energy grid, and why They were systematically removed or destroyed during the great historical reset of the 19th and the 20th century. Let's dive into what they were made out of. I will skip a few pages. It's for those that get the book to read. Because if you know what they were made out of, you will say, we need the bells. You would have never allowed them to remove the bells. This is why they didn't educate us on those bells. If we want to recreate one of those ancient bells again, those huge giant ones, it will cost us $1 billion. And they were everywhere, and they removed all of them. No civilization will go through so much trouble to install, create bells or anything to remove them. And especially if you know what they were made out of, it is stupidity and foolishness to remove them. This is why they didn't taught us in school, kept us unknowing about it. Let's go, fam. What were they made out of? Copper. Known for its high conductivity, copper was the primary element in many Tartarian bells. It allowed for the transmission of energy, enhance sound purity, and interact with the Earth's magnetic field. Bells. But what more? Tin, often mixed with copper to form bronze. Tin added resonance, durability, ensuring that bells could withstand centuries of use. Silver. Some Tartarian bells contain small amount of silver, which is known for its ability to amplify frequencies and enhance healing vibrations. Silver has been used throughout history for antibacterial and energy-enhancing properties. Gold. High-frequency bells sometimes contain traces of gold, which has unique vibrational properties that interact with etheric energy fields. Gold was also known to be used in ancient Egyptian sound healing techniques. Family, those bells, do you realize that this here is also used in your phone to make your phone work? So we will have this communication. The same things, same elements. Of course, the phone have a little more, but how a coincidence? Now, what does research, what does science, what does the professional, the ones with PhD, with the doctor degree, with this degree, all of those degrees, people, what do they have to say? Because sometimes a lot of people don't want to hear from us that do field work. They want to hear from those with a PhD and DDD and all those letters. Tartarian bells were not just symbols of spirituality. They were powerful healing devices. Modern science has proven that certain frequencies can heal the body. For example, 432 Hertz, known as the natural frequency of the universe. This tone reduces stress, improves health, and aligns DNA. 5 to 8 Hertz, the law frequency, is known for its DNA repairing effects. The remaining is for those to read that got the book. Now, if we connect it, every time the bells used to ring, what did they do? Because depending on the size of the bell, it emitted a certain frequency. This frequency hits your body, makes it vibrate, just like this tuning fork. On YouTube and Facebook, I have a 1 hour long video of the sound with this tuning fork. But let's listen to this tuning fork, because the sound of it will align you with everything around you. Listen to it. Do you hear the vibration? Let me know if you can hear the vibration. I'm now putting on Facebook. Facebook, do you hear the vibration? YouTube, do you hear the vibration? And you see, it keeps on vibrating. Because of the material, it can vibrate for at least 30 minutes. Listen, you see? Let me know if you can still hear it, Facebook. Oh, I stopped it. This sound right now aligns you, harmonizes you. You see, it still vibrates. I won't hit it. Normally, it doesn't vibrate this long. You hear it? It still vibrates. I don't know if you can hear it. Look, it still vibrates. It continues vibrating, fam, for at least 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It keeps going. So what is happening, fam? Do you know about the research of, let me see. Again, like I said, this one, the linen version, the hardcover linen version is only available today. It's the last day. It contains a little bit more knowledge. Even though this one is big, thicker, this one has more knowledge because the letters are way smaller. Imoto. Do any one of you knows about the research of Dr. Imoto with the water and crystallized water frequencies? Let me see. Let me just see. Yes, here. This guy, Imoto. You see Imoto. Let me see. Imoto. This person over here. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the star. I appreciate it. This guy over here. Let me see. This Chinese looking dude. I think he's Japanese. So what did he do? Let me read a little bit about water. Water, the living memory of frequency. Scientific pioneers like Masaru Emoto demonstrated in the early 2000s what Tartarians likely knew centuries of millennia before, that water responds to frequency. Emoto exposed water to various types of music, words, and electromagnetic energy, then froze the droplets and photographed their crystalline structure. I think all of you have did you see the videos going viral of water in certain shapes? Let me know in the chat, fam. Let me know in the chat. Water shapes, different shapes. So this happens when the bells used to ring. But the most funny thing is that our bodies also contain water. Let me read. The human body is more than 70% water. The brain, over 80%. Blood, lymph, cerebrospinal fluid, all water. What we call consciousness, memory, and emotion may very well be held within the crystalline structure of that water. So now, every time I hit this, you know what it does with the water in my body? It gives it structure, because all of the radiation and the negativity, it will disalign, disalign, align us, and this will align us again. So right now, the water in my body, the fluid, is vibrating, aligning back with Earth's etheric field. Normally, the water in my body looks all kind of, is distorted because of the Wi-Fi, radiation, television. But because I hate this right now, it repairs it, gives it structure. So normally on TikTok, I add a background of how the water looks like. But if you Google, you will see how water looks like when it gets impacted by tuning forks and bells. And you will realize that the same happens to the water in your body. This is why they say, be careful what comes out of your mouth. Because if it is negative, the words, the sound, the it's a vibration. It's a vibration. So it will indeed fall back upon you. Because when you vibrate also your body, the water in your body. Back then, when the bells used to ring, I used to feel peaceful, happy. I enjoyed the bells ringing, and they stopped. Family, the lecture came to an end. Now, everyone, if you have a question, I'm taking questions now. Feel free to ask and go get the book. The link is tartariaempire.com. Let me see. Show. I have just added the link on Facebook over here somewhere. You will see the link to the book. If this knowledge, this research resonated with you, go get the book right now. Let me see if I can add it over here on Facebook. Yes, it's on YouTube now. It's this link, tartariaempire.com. This version, the hardcover linen version, is only available today. It's the last day today that's available. The linen version, packed, fully packed. Go get it right now. Anyone a question before we continue? Before I end the lecture? Do you have a question, fam? Let me know. Let me know. Thank you for the gifts, for the stars on Facebook. I see one person sent a star. I appreciate it. With YouTube, I I don't know if someone sent something. I don't know. I can't see it. I don't know. I know you got there is super chat, but if you send something, if someone have sent something on YouTube, thank you, I appreciate it, but I appreciate more you watching. Someone a question before I end. Let me see. Rensley Barbara. Aworu man kontaku bo spera bota bom. Pero bolaga mina kaya minten. Esu seiru man. I'm going to message you today. I'm going to message you today, Rensley. When I close the live stream, I will message you. I will message you, okay? No worry. Let's see. Anyone a question before I end the live stream? Go get the book, fam. Go get the book. No one a question? For everyone, there are two versions of the book. You have the paperback and you have the paperback and the hardcover version. The hardcover version, connect me when you can, okay, Rensley? The hardcover version, today is the last day, the linen version. Why? It was limited. The paperback will be available. It's available on tartariaempire.com, exclusively available on tartariaempire.com. Be aware, because there are a lot of fake versions of the book on Amazon. I have already reported all of them, but be aware, there are a lot of fake duplicates, and you will see they are 150 pages max most of the time. My books are 480 pages plus. Be aware. On Amazon, they are selling duplicates, make it look like it's my book. It's like this. They look exactly like this book, but it's not this book. This book has 480 pages. On Amazon, they are selling it for $40 for 100 with 140 pages. $40. So if you do it times 3, you will pay $120 for the same book. Bom dia, let me see. Yeah, you see, Ransley is saying he saw someone else. Yeah, people has been pirating my cover, the cover of my book. So be careful on the ones that they are trying to steal. They are pirating my book on Amazon. The book is 150 pages that they are pirating on Amazon. The original book is 480 pages. So it's 3.5 times more pages. It has 3.5 times more pages than those fake duplicates one on Amazon. The reason is because I have more than 1 million followers on Facebook, for more than 400,000 followers on TikTok. I'm getting a month around 60 million views. Most people go to Amazon, buy fake book because they don't know. I have received up to now maybe 1,000 emails, at least 1,000 emails of people sending me a message and saying, I'm not seeing the knowledge, the information that you were talking about on the live streams or in your videos. I bought your book on Amazon. I say, yeah, of course. Of course, probably they bought a fake one. For a part, I feel honored that people go through so much length to be a duplicate of me, to walk in my shadow, to be a cheap knockoff of me. I feel honored, you know. But for an other side, it's also it made that now I'm going to focus on something else because there are way too many people that pirated my book. Just way too many. It's way too many. And this is why I say go directly to the website tartariaempire.com. Let me see. I saw someone from Curacao. Se nanto horta oriki si. Bom dia, mirumang. Mi porai e buki na Curacao. Si, Hilda. Si. Um, the book has been shipped to Curacao, to Jamaica, to every country around the world, around 230 countries. It has been shipped. So you can get it everywhere on earth, no excuse. But go directly through the website. Everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this live stream and I didn't waste your time. It's time to wake up. Anyone a question before I continue? By the way, where do you think we are? You really need to read the book because when you read the book, the chapter of the giants, so when you go into the chapter of the giants, what you will realize is that, you see, again, pictures. This was one of the royals of the giants in Europe, one of the royals giants in Europe. Um, and over here, we see when the giants were captured. So this picture is at the World Fair, and they were attractions being displayed. People could take pictures with them, and you name it. And again, we find huge, giant buildings. Again, huge giants, and all around the world, fam. Black, white, yellow, purple, red, doesn't matter. All around the world, you will find the giants in all colors, all sizes. You see, all real pictures. You see how small the person is? This is again at the World Fair in Chicago. This is the World Fair in Chicago, and this one is in Paris. Oh, shoot. This one is in France, World Fair in France. They were captured. Over here, we see prisoners. Let me show you. They were captured, prisoners. Again, this one is in Europe. If you look at the back, you will see the Dutch clothes, how they used to. Oh, you see over here, this lady? You will see how the Dutch clothes, how the Dutch used to wear. This was again a world fair in Europe. So when you go through the giants, the chapter of the giants, you will realize that they were teachers. They were teachers. They had vast knowledge. Let me say it like this. But not only the giants, also the pygmy. Because if you check the pygmy tribe you have in Africa, the very small pygmy tribe, but at the North Pole, Atlanta, the Arctic, where they blurred it out, the Arctic, the North Pole, where they blurred it out, before you had a map. Again, it's in the book. And if you look at the map, you can use AI, you can use Google Translate to translate what is standing. You will see that there were also pygmies. But these pygmies were very tall, very tall. Same names, one very short, one very tall. They say the Olmecs were huge giants. The Olmecs were also pygmies. Very small people. but building huge statues, huge buildings, huge, everything huge because of the knowledge. So why do I say this? Is because the giants back then, they were teachers, but they were already vast knowledge. So it was not like that they developed Tartaria or made it like it was. No, they were a part of it. Yes. Thank you, Juan. Thank you. Awesome content. Again, this is just the tip of the iceberg what I'm talking about. If this resonates with you, from one AJ, Chris Creek to Tina Scott, Hilda, go get the book. If you are on a tight squeeze budget, there is a PDF. It's only a few bucks. You get the PDF, immediately you get the confirmation. In the confirmation, you will see download. You press download, you have the knowledge. So there is no excuse, fam. Anyone a question? Anyone a question, fam? It's time for me to leave. Thank all of you for watching YouTube. I appreciate you. One AJ, I see you with a crown and two on it. Congrats. And a two on it. What is this? The crown. Congrats, someone just purchased the book. This is how it need to be, fam. When something resonates with you, go get it. Don't miss out. It's just like when you wake up at 3 a.m. Most of the time when we wake up at 3 a.m., we have the best inspirations. We need to write it down. Even I make the same mistake every night, not writing it down anymore, but coming up, I was writing it down. Again, it's almost 3 o'clock over here. If this resonates with you, go get it. Go get the book, download the PDF. If this doesn't resonate with you, you are not awakened yet. You are not seeing yet. You are not ready yet. There is even a chance that you might read the book and you will not understand it. There is a big chance that everything, the windows that you see peeking above the ground, you have never seen them, while they are everywhere around us. For those that this resonates with, they have seen it because it's their time. They are one of those that have been called, just like me, to do research, bring the knowledge online on videos. You have been called, just like me. But the difference is, I answered my calling. Will you do the same, fam? Or are you going to stick your head in the sand? And you know what they say? When you stick your head in the sand, what is pointing up? Your ass, right? Your ass will be exposed. Family, don't let them hit you and make you even go sleep deeper. Have a nice day. Thank all of you for watching. I see you in the next lecture. And yes, end the live stream.